Hello and welcome. If you signed up for Dr. Go's game theory course, then you're in the correct place. Unfortunately, the doctor's been imprisoned for either 5 or 10 years. So instead, the department head is making me take over. I'm Professor Underwood, and let's learn some role-playing games. The goal of these lectures, is to teach the most essential information required to sit at a table and start playing. Which means the rules from the core rulebooks, with as much of the additional lore, errata, and other complications left out. These are meant to be a starting point or a quick review, not a comprehensive guide. Please do refer to the books and others at your table for the rest. They should be happy to help guide you to play their version of the right way. In general, each lecture is written for someone new not only to the featured system, but with minimum experience with role-playing games as well, and under the assumption that the viewer is watching only the video for the one system. So if you, like me, enjoy sitting down and consuming an entire informational YouTube series, which is why you're probably even watching this video, you will hear repeated information and very little references to other game systems. The goal is self-contained introductory lessons. Am I understood? The basic structure will be as follows. About 3 segments, within the neighborhood of 5 minutes each. The first covering the key mechanics, what dice to roll and why, with some vocabulary and context. The second segment is what you need to know to build a character. The third is how to make that character fight. Give or take system-specific quirks as needed. I'm not going to dwell on character classes, vampire clans, or magic. Others can do that at the table or in other videos. I'm just here to let players roll a die immediately. Give or take 5 minutes. No skits or extended jokes, and minimizing asides and opinions. That bit before the title card is all the lore you're getting about me. All that said, there's a few generic terms I don't want to teach every time. On the whole, I'm trusting culture, visuals, the book's first couple of pages, or others at the table to fill these in for you, but for the sake of completeness, here's a crash course of reoccurring terminology. Role-playing game, RPG. A game played with others where players take on the role of a character to tell a story collaboratively, though others may describe it differently. A tabletop role-playing game is the analog version that evolved from wargaming, and itself inspired video game RPGs. Sometimes abbreviated as TTRPG or TRPG, based on personal preference. I gravitate away from repetition, so I typically use the single T. The system. The mechanics designed to facilitate RPGs, usually through the use of randomized conflict resolution. Also tends to inform the setting and other things. Basically, the primary focus of these videos. Dice. Polyhedrals with numbers on them. Used to produce randomized results. Though alternative mechanics may be used. I know a lot of them look similar and it can be confusing. Just make mistakes and you'll learn to tell the difference in time. D6, D8, or D other number. A common abbreviation for dice with the stated number of sides. It's faster to say D6 than 6-sided dice constantly. Game Master, or GM. Combination lead storyteller, referee, and organizer who runs the game. Also here to have fun, so please respect their time and effort. You may occasionally hear this person referred to as Dungeon Master or DM. Unless you're playing or discussing Dungeons & Dragons, the system created by Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson, and currently managed by Wizards of the Coast, a subsidiary of Hasbro, then calling this person the DM is wrong. It is actually a copyright thing, and also not every game has dungeons, so yeah, Game Master unless otherwise noted. Player. The people at the table who aren't the GM. They typically manage the story for a single character, referred to as a player character, or PC. The collective noun of PCs is a party. I try to use player to refer to the living person with the dice, and PC for the fictional character within the game, but the distinction can evaporate easily. Conversely, the characters utilized by the GM are called non-player characters, or NPCs. They can be positive, neutral, or negative in interactions with the PCs. Statistics, or more often stats, are the various numbers written onto the character sheet. Their use varies, but in general, if I say stats, the players should check their character sheet. which I believe covers everything I need to for this introduction. If you wish to drop this class now, it's the conceit for a series of Rev videos, so just close the tab. Also, I'm being paid in office space and stroopwafels, so if you're feeling generous, I gladly accept tips. Until next time, may your dice make things interesting.